Because your story is forever changing, you must sing forever. Because you are not who you were, and because you shall not be who you are, you must sing forever. Because your voice is like no other voice, and because your voice and your voice and your voice and your voice and my voice comprise the uncompromising strength that is our voice. You with that thick baritone rumble, and you with the still small lilt like spring sparrows. You who belt tenor arias, and you with the caramel alto, afraid to emerge from shallow walls. Because your voice and your voice and your voice and your voice and my voice comprise the uncompromising strength that is our voice. And because with your singing, our singing is miles wider, you must sing forever. It was 3.5 years ago when you changed my life. I was standing just to the right of this very spot, the newly appointed director of music for First Unitarian Universalist congregation of Ann Arbor, a title because of the many words I was so proud to say over and over again. This was one of my very first Sundays here, every step filled with that particular mix that comes with doing anything new, of billowing excitement mixed perfectly with sheer terror. Every name a new melody to learn, every conversation a new composer's duet, each moment like an immersion course in a new language. Here I was learning to speak the dialect of this congregation, learning with each new morsel that this was not at all like the churches of my childhood. Don't get me wrong, I've been to a lot of different churches. I was the poster child for the term church kid. The one with all the golden star stickers on the Sunday school poster indicating perfect attendance, that was me. I grew up in churches that loved and nurtured me sincerely throughout my childhood and offered me opportunities in music and leadership for which my family could never have afforded to pay. And in return, I served the church zealously. I was the boy in every Christmas play at Hemingway Temple AME Church, taking on the complexities of such roles as Joseph, man at Christmas party, and sheep number 2. I was president of the Young People's Department and parliamentarian in training of the lay organization, Sunday school pianist and substitute teacher, church pianist, assistant minister of music, director of music, lay preacher, president of the junior usher board, vice president of the children's choir, though not all at the same time. Church had become the center of my living. In the crime-ridden community that was my home, church was a crucial element to my success, a consistently safe place to hone my talents as a student and a musician. In my later teen years, I began work as a music minister around my hometown, consulting with preachers, guest preaching for increasingly larger congregations, and setting on the path to reach my life's great goal, pastoring a huge church where thousands would come and find their lives transformed and renewed by the power of innovative worship. And in my teenage years, every aspect of my life had been propelling to that goal with a remarkable clarity, with one huge exception. In those years, the conversation of religion, specifically Christianity and its relationship to homosexuality, was gaining a remarkable amount of attention in churches with large black populations. The deep, throaty baritone of preachers proclaiming homosexuality to be the sin set out to bankrupt our moral society ran like the brooding soundtrack of a film that had just taken its most dangerous turn. I had certainly been taught that the upright man marries a woman, and I largely ignored the notion that I did not fit that mold. But by the time I had become a teenager, this previously dormant topic had risen to center stage on pulpits, on Christian television programs, and even in conversations amongst congregants. Time and again, we were scolded that lifestyle, being anything but heterosexual, would guarantee me an eternity in hell, that this choice would cause even God to turn away. I wrestled with the notion that this part of me, the gay part, could destroy the dreams I had for a successful life. And what I thought was my secret quickly became not so secret. And I noticed pastors would offer me books on overcoming same-sex temptations, seeming to bargain with me. It's not being gay that's the issue. God simply wants you to turn away from acting on those impulses. The cleric would send these messages to my ear with a chilling insistence. Members of my church family would pull me aside, awkwardly dancing at the questions to which I had no answers, volunteering me to stand in the center of circles of hand-clasped praying clergy and fellow church-goers. They shouted at that evil spirit of homosexuality, that demon set to have my soul for its own. And there I stood, outwardly bruised, inwardly defiant, entirely